Let's go over some solar lights. I bought these a couple years ago. I believe this is the Home Depot version of this light. Might be the same. One's $29 and one's $39. But this one I wired in on my porch, and I actually ran them across upside down. They've been in here for 2.5 years. They've been here for quite a while now. They actually still run bright. They burn most of the night. And I actually really like them. I think they look great. I mean, they don't put off a ton of light, but as far as for just accent lighting, lights these big planters up. I put these outside because they weren't working in the house. I couldn't get anything to grow in them. But yeah, anyhow. So they, like I said, and they say not to put them like this or whatever, but what I did was basically just screw the pad into the wall and stick it on there. Just broke the end off of it. It worked just fine. So same thing with this here. Instead of staking it, I screwed it in. So you can see, just put some screws in there and stuck it on here. And you do want to get full sunlight, obviously. I couldn't get a better spot for this. This gets sun, bright sun, almost all day long right here. So that's probably one trick to making these work so well. So, but with that bright sun, yeah, these will run most of the night. I can wake up 3 o'clock in the morning or something, and these are still on the back porch. So I bought some very similar ones to put around my little pond. I actually see my fish. They're out. They never come out. I just put all these fish in here, so now that I see them, they're all at the top of the water feeding. I just put some plants in there. I think they're chomping up some stuff that came off the plants. So anyways, it's interesting. I'm sure they'll disappear when I come down here. They like to disappear. There they go. They all disappeared. Anyways, here's what I bought this time. Portfolio landscape lights. 3-count floodlight. They look pretty similar to the ones up on the porch. A little different. They've only got one lead in each, but that helps them last a little while. They said, and again, they're just accent light, so I'm not sure they're going to be too bright. But I'm going to put these in today, and we're going to see how that turns out. I'm pretty much guessing these are going to be about exactly the same. These are the ones I bought from Home Depot right here. They were 30 bucks plus tax. So see what's in this box and put it together. The design's pretty simple. You basically string everything to each other. So since I'm putting this one right in the ground, I'm not going to have to do anything like I did up there, which was cut off the bases of this. I did on those, I took a little hacksaw and I cut off that plastic portion and just screwed screws into the top of these. So one thing you need to do is find a good location for your main charging bank, your battery bank here. A little spot here on the back where you can replace these batteries if you need to buy them. They're pretty expensive. I've bought a couple before. You've got 2 selections here, a 6-hour or 10-hour. So get a little bit brighter lighting, I think, out of the 6-hour. That way it conserves some energy. Or, well, it's just brighter. But actually, I think I have the ones up on the porch set to 10 hours. And they're okay, like I said, because I really just like to see some lighting. I'm not too worried about how bright they are. And I'm gonna find an area with full sun. My house continuously gets sun on this side, and this is actually a pretty good spot for me. I don't really want it somewhere where it's gonna be getting hit by anything. But for now, I'm gonna put it right here. I might have to change this up later, but we're going to try it right here. As close to the wall as possible. I have this giant cedar tree above this thing, so it's kind of a that should get a pretty good direct sun there most of the day, like I said. And I think that's the most important thing, is where you put your solar panel. If anything, I can always trim a couple of these branches right here above this to make sure it's getting sun longer during the day, or maybe, like I said, a different part of the year I can switch it. I just don't. It's not going to be as nice as the spot upstairs as far as for getting full sun. So these usually come with twist ties. I saved the twist ties because, as I can see right now, I'm not going to use all of these wires. That way I can bury a portion of the wire myself. So what I'm going to do here is push this mulch away all the way along this wall, and I'm going to try to hide this wires the best that I can. Right, we'll run around the front there. That'll keep it to the wall to start. Not too big on burying it all together because I'm not sure how tough of a wire this is, but I covered up pretty good. Back up. But this is also to mainly help it from getting caught on your shoe or an animal coming out here digging at it. Something that I don't want. So I finished putting in this solar cell. So this is pretty much where my sun comes in. It's right above us here. It's very bright on this side of the house, so this is a great location for it. And it might move a little bit throughout the year, but I'll move over an inch or so if I have to. You can't see it, but I buried a line, pushed up a little mulch away, and then pushed it back towards it and just buried the line, of course. So that's how I did that. Put those little mini cattails in here. The one thing about these bricks, one good thing I like is, I'm not going to dig it out, but there's an extra thing of wire on all of these. There's an extra bundle of wire, and I put it up under between these bricks in these extra crevices here. So I took that bundle of wire and was able to hide it. So same thing, I went all the way along the wall here. I went behind the rock here, and then there's a hole right here where I pushed the extra wire, because there's a good bit of extra wire, because I only went maybe 5 foot right there. I didn't want it right there. So, and it's gonna be a little bit of night video with this, just to see what they look like at night. I can change them out, but right now I have one that aims to the fountain, to the bell, the water bell, and one that aims to the little fall, just to highlight and accent the water. So, and this one I figure I might move that one eventually, but just to highlight this side of the pond, or maybe the plants right there. So, but pretty much shooting in. So that was it for now. It's gonna be how that's gonna look. It's done. These are the ones I said have been up here for quite a while now, actually. I mean, as you can see, they don't put off a ton of light, but it's enough. I've got both of my outside lights turned on right now, so it's hard to see what they're putting out, but they still are really bright, actually, for being here so long. Let's go check out the new pond lights, the ones I just put down here today. I've got a lot of low wattage lights I put outside too. I replaced a couple of bulbs. They burn out right there in the middle, but as you can see, they run. I actually really like those low wattage lights. They're supposed to be on the ground, but I hung them up too. They actually do really well up there. But here's the pond lights. They're in there, they're running. I don't know how well they look on this camera, but